lovelies, it's Gretchen. Welcome back to my channel. It is honestly hard to believe that it is already time for the holidays. I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like 2024, I also feel like I say this for every single year, but I really feel like 2024 just flew by. And now that Thanksgiving is over, it's time to do some holiday shopping. And speaking of holiday shopping, our friends over at Oufer Body Jewelry reached out to me regarding their Black Friday sales that they're currently having. So I have a few pieces to showcase for you all today that they currently have available on their website. Information regarding Oufer's Black Friday sales will be in the description below if you are interested. So be sure to check that out. Just as a little hint, there's a pretty big discount to go along with their Black Friday sale. So I would definitely check it out. And also, huge thank you to Oufer Body Jewelry for sponsoring today's video. I really adore getting to work with Oufer, so it makes me very happy anytime I get to do that. Oufer, as always, sent me some great pieces to show you all. There's a little bit of like their regular jewelry, and there is a little bit of some Christmas themed ones. We love a good holiday piece. So without delaying much further, let's check out what Oufer sent me. I will also say, as always, I will do my best to showcase these pieces for you all. If you all have experience with body jewelry, you probably know that it's sometimes hard to see the pieces because they are very tiny, but I will do my absolute best to showcase everything for you all. I will also do my best to try on everything. However, like we've seen in videos past, it sometimes just depends on what my body decides it wants to accept that day. Like sometimes my nostril will get really irritated if I change things out too much. Same thing with my ear piercings. Usually Septum is pretty good though. She's pretty sturdy. So starting off, I will show you all kind of like their regular jewelry. It's not really their Christmas themed ones. So we'll save the Christmas themed pieces for a little bit later. I will also say there is a good mix of jewelry types that Oufer sent me. Like we've got some segment rings, like the hinged segment rings. Those are my personal favorites. We do also have a clicker, and then we have some very unique, at least for me, they seem pretty unique pieces where they are threadless, but they kind of look like nose bones. If you know what that looks like, that's what these look like, but they're not technically. So it's pretty cool. But first I will start with the clicker. So this is their 16 gauge. It's in the shape of a star. It's got some clear cubic zirconium pieces that go all the way around the star. This is titanium. I do like that Oufer offers titanium, stainless steel. There's a little bit of variety when it comes to metals for everyone, and I do appreciate that. This one in particular is titanium, and it is a clicker, whereas a lot of the pieces that I tend to utilize are segment rings, hinged segment rings. There are a lot of different varieties of segment rings. These in particular that I'll get to are hinged, but in this case, this is a clicker. So instead of it being like a seamless ring, you can see where the little clicker is, which is a pretty standard piece for your septum. Looking at this piece, I think this one will hang a little bit lower. Again, it's gonna have that little bit of a clicker feel to it, so the piece that goes through your nose is straight across as opposed to being curved like a hinged segment ring. I love the look of this. It's very cute. It's very flashy. And don't worry, we will get to a try on portion. Next, I think this is probably gonna be my favorite in this entire mix. This is a 16 gauge moon face hinged segment ring, and this one is also titanium. So I love that it's got like this little crescent moon face, and the part that goes through your nose is like the part that doesn't have a moon on it, but then the part that sits below your nose has the moon face, and I think that's really cute. This one definitely, because it has a diameter of about 8 millimeters on me, that's gonna hug my nose a little bit more than say like the star that we just saw. I'm personally very excited to try this one on because I think this is gonna be my favorite out of the entire mix that Oufer sent me. However, I feel like with every time Oufer sends me something, I automatically have a favorite, and then I try everything on and my favorite changes, but we'll see this time. But I have a feeling it's gonna be this one. This next piece is a 16 gauge hinged segment ring. It's got like geometric vibes to it that are pretty symmetry. This is stainless steel. I do really love the look of this one. If the moon doesn't end up being my favorite, this might end up being my favorite because I do really love the style of it. I love septum pieces that kind of come down to a little bit of a point, especially with my philtrum piercing. Sometimes it like hits right at it and it just looks really cool. I love how this one looks. I've got something similar to it, but instead of it having like this geometric design going on. It's a little bit solid, so it kind of gives the same vibe, but this one is a little bit more detailed in design. I'm excited to try this one on because I think if the moon one doesn't end up being my favorite, I do think this one is probably gonna be my favorite, just on design alone, because I love pieces like this. The next one I have here is their 16 gauge baguette clear green gems. This is another hinged segment ring. This one is stainless steel, but again, it does have that hinged segment ring, so it looks a little bit more seamless, and that part's gonna be the part that sits in your nose, but this one is pretty intricate, so it's got a bunch of different, what they call baguette style, like the cut of the gem, and it alternates between clear and green, which I think is gorgeous. And so that's gonna sit right here, and it's gonna flare out a little bit. So it goes almost all the way around in the nose area. And this one is definitely gonna be one of the more flashy pieces. So if you're into that, if you're looking for something with a little bit of pizzazz, this would probably be a really good choice. All right, so these next two pieces were the ones where I was like, oh, that's interesting. They sent me nose bones, but then I noticed that they're 16 gauge, and I'm like, well, I probably won't be able to show those off very well because my nostril piercings are 18 gauge. So I was like, that'll be fun. But then when I took them out of their packaging, they're not actually nose bones. They probably could be if your nostril piercing is a 16 gauge. Again, mine is not, so I don't think I could use it. But these actually are threadless pieces. Now, they're very simplistic. On this one, there's a little heart. On this one, there's a little star. Both of these are titanium. Again, you probably could use this as a nose bone if your nostril piercings are 16 gauge. However, for my purposes, I would use something like this in a cartilage piercing. But it's really cool because when I went to go like try it out and see if it was a nose bone, the little piece came out. And so if you've ever dealt with threadless jewelry, you know you have to bend like the little prong that goes into the jewelry so that it fits snugly and doesn't just pop out. So that's what both of these are. They're very simple in design, but I love the fact that they are threadless because that is my favorite kind of cartilage jewelry to have, or even nostril jewelry to have. I'm intrigued to try these out. So those are more of the regular pieces. There's no real theme to them. Now let's get into the Christmas ones. And we have a wide variety for jewelry type. We have some L shapes, we've got a segment ring, and we have an internally threaded set. Speaking of nostril piercings, let's just go ahead and look at the L-shaped set we have here. This is a 20 gauge, so a little bit smaller than what my nostril is pierced at, but a lot of people do have 20 gauge as their nostril piercing size. This is an L-shaped set, and it has like a little Santa hat, a little Christmas tree, and a little Santa on it. It is so cute. So if you're looking for some festive jewelry and you're looking for something for maybe your nostril, these pieces are also very tiny, so they're not gonna like really stand out. But if someone looks close enough, they'll be like, oh my gosh, look at the little Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, look at the little Santa. I think it's cute. Even though L-shaped is not my personal favorite for nostril jewelry, I prefer that over other kinds. Like if I can't have a flat back internally threaded one, I really like the L-shaped. I always had better luck with L-shaped jewelry. This next is another set. This is a 16 gauge internally threaded. They've got some flat backs on them, but it's also like a little trio set like the L-shaped ones were. And on this one, there are little gems for each one. There's a deer, there's a tree, there's a star. I believe the deer has a red gem, kind of like for Rudolph. The star is a clear gem, and then the tree is a green gem. But I do like that these are flat backs. Again, these are internally threaded. And then finally for our Christmas jewelry, we have a hinged segment ring. This is a 16 gauge, just a simple little Christmas gem hinge segment ring. This is stainless steel. I think this one is so precious. It's simple, but still adds something extra to it. It's not like the little baguette one where it's like all the way around and very much just gemmed out. This one definitely has some gems, but they're a little bit more compact, a little bit more dainty in size. So if you're looking for something a little bit extra without being too much, I think this is a really good piece. And this one has both red, green, and clear gems, so a little bit of everything. I love how this one looks, and I do think I might end up wearing this one a lot during the holidays. And then Oufer sent me something a little bit different this time, and it is on their website if you are interested in more than just like this type of body jewelry, like piercings and the like. They do sell bracelets. So this is a stainless steel little bangle. It's got an opening down here. It's got like this cute little knot, very simple piece of jewelry, but if you're a bracelet person, you'd like to try something else, they do have this type of jewelry jewelry on their website as well, which I think is pretty cool that they offer a huge variety to pretty much everyone. So now that we have run through all of that, let's go ahead and try some of these pieces on. So those are the pieces that Oufer sent me this time around. Again, thank you so much to Oufer Body Jewelry for sponsoring today's video. I really do appreciate it. I love working with Oufer so very much. If you are interested in picking up some jewelry during their Black Friday sale, either for yourself or for some holiday shopping, don't forget to check out the description below for more information. Go check out their website and see what they have, because they've got some pretty good deals going on right now. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye lovelies.